right, guys, welcome to the CryoFX YouTube channel. Today's video, we're doing a quick start guide on the Sparkular Cyclone. So that's this piece of machinery right here, Sparkular Cyclone. That's a tongue twister. What we're gonna do, we're gonna immediately hook it up. We're gonna go through the LCD panel. We're gonna show you guys exactly what needs to be done so you can get started very quick and efficient in using this right out of the box and fast at that. First and foremost, you wanna make sure that your cords are able to handle the amount of wattage and amperage that these machines are going to draw. I'm not gonna quote that here because I don't know it off the top of my head, but it's in the manual, right? We have a thick cord for this. We want to be able to handle 16 amps, 15 amps at least per machine. Obviously the plug itself can do the same. Plug, you got the plug here. We'll go ahead and plug the plug in. First and foremost, before we turn the machine on, we have our DMX controller. This one is a battery operated one that we're gonna be using for this video. Obviously you wanna plug the right side of the DMX cord into the machine. Now, what's gonna happen is when you turn the machine on, you're gonna see the LCD panel light up. It's gonna give you the serial number, it's gonna give you some time remaining. There's gonna be other usage time on here for the amount of use that this machine has. And then it's going to go into the DMX address and maybe some other things. This particular machine, what you're gonna see here is there's an E4 code for time. There's a fault and an error. Just for the purpose of this video, that's what you're gonna see here. Now, we plugged the DMX cord in. You'll know that the DMX cord is plugged in and working because when you turn the controller on, you're gonna see that DMX light start blinking. That shows that there's DMX, that there's a cord that's attached, a controller attached, and it's ready to go. Now, this is a 2-channel operation. I'm not gonna go through the whole setup on the LCD panel, but you want 2-channel operation. Why? If I'm correct, one of the other 1-channel operation is it automatically heats. I wanna be able to control the machine when it heats, when it doesn't, when it fires, when it doesn't. 2-channel operation, channel 2 is going to heat the machine. As you see here, I put channel 2 up, that heat light comes on. If I turn it off, the heat light goes off. Now, when the heat light comes on, our ready light is already blinking. Why? Because earlier in this, before the video started, we actually heated the machine up because I wanna make sure that I show you the whole thing and we're not waiting for the whole machine to heat up. The entire machine took about 5 minutes to heat up or so, give or take. Wanna make sure you allot for that time, right? One machine per circuit on a circuit. Because of the amount of draw, I wanna make sure that the watts and amps, A times V equals W. So amps times volts equals watts. Watts divided by either one of those equals the other. You can do the math. Ultimately, you want to make sure that you calculate this appropriately. The machine's hooked up, the machine's turned on, you let the machine heat up, and then boom, you're ready to go. Plug the DMX cord in, you got the power cord, and you're ready to fire some sparks. It's as simple as that. Doesn't need to be more complicated than that. Obviously, there's some error codes that these machines will throw. There's a list of the error codes. If you go to CryoFX.com and you type in Sparkular Cyclone, we have the manual right on the sales page for the product in text. We also have downloadable versions of the manual. We'll probably put the links in this video as well. So outside of that, that's a quick start guide to set it up. When you're taking it down, what you want to do, actually, let me back up a minute. You want to make sure that there's granules in this hopper. We put granules in here before the video, but the granules have to be in here, and you don't want your face over this hole. I'll tell you that right now. God forbid that there's a malfunction, that there's a signal that goes through here, something happens. Safety has to be paramount number one. Don't fire this machine inside. Don't fire the machine into anything that's flammable. Don't have flammable things around it. Have I believe it's category D fire extinguishers around it. We have one just off the side here, the yellow ones. You wanna make sure that you don't put this near flammables, that you run fire permits with these. I mean, safety, safety, safety. Don't put your fingers in this hole. Don't put the granules in the white hole. Don't put your face over that hole, whether it's firing or not. If you just don't do that, I mean, you wouldn't put your face into a car engine when it's started or not, right? I mean, maybe if it's not started, but you get the point I'm trying to make. Protect your eyes, protect your face, protect your hands. So I'm always gonna add granules with my face away from this machine. I'm gonna put the granules in, we already did that, but this is the hopper here. It takes a lot of granules, so you wanna fill the whole thing up. And then you're gonna close it, you're gonna seal it, and then bam, you're ready to go. Yep, we're shooting them high. High is better. That's the purpose of this machine. Now when I'm shutting it down, what I wanna do is I wanna go ahead and do the clear function, all right? Now, off the top of my head, the clear function itself I will have to look at the manual. But what I like doing is emptying out the granules overall, tip the machine over, empty them out, and then fire this until it doesn't fire granules anymore. I do that with all of our machines because that keeps the machines in the best tippy-top shape. We don't have problems. We don't have granules jamming. We don't have granules getting compact. We don't transport it with granules in it. We don't have granules that are cooling down in the heating element. It just makes it a lot better. The better care that you put into your machine, the better the machine is going to run for a longer duration. I will tell you that right now. Because 9 times out of 10, the amount of people that come into our ecosystem that have problems with their machines, it's not a machine problem, it's an operation problem or a failure to properly work with the machine in clearing the granules out, the maintenance, the upkeep, the care, just the care of the machine. So when we're done, empty the granules out, but before you do that, I'm going to shut the heater off, which was channel 2, shut it off, right? I'm gonna empty the granules out, and then I'm gonna turn the heater back on. We're gonna fire it a few times, empty the granules out. Obviously I didn't do that here because I'm doing the video. Shut that off again once the granules are out. Then we're gonna shut the machine off, unplug the cords, unplug the power, boom. Gonna put our stuff aside, and then we're gonna pack the machine up. I let the machine cool down. Obviously you wanna make sure you take care of these caps and these covers, but that's it. There's your machine. That's how you start it up. That's how you strike it, you put it away, and operating. You can go through the LCD panel. The video's not meant to show you everything within the functionality of the LCD panel. Quick start guide to get it up and running and to put it away. This is CryoFX. See the other videos online. Subscribe to our channel. We have a lot of cool stuff. See you on the flip side.